Hello everybody and welcome to the announcement video for the Chroniclers Convergence 2016 event. I bet some of you thought this wasn't happening, and to be fair, it was meant to happen far earlier in the year, but a bunch of crazy stuff kind of happened to derail plans, like Bionicle getting cancelled, Brick Fair being a lot of stuff went down with that. There was a lot of activities to do, so our workflow kind of got disrupted a little bit, as did the scheduling of this event, but rest assured, it is here. So, for those of you who've never heard of the Chroniclers Convergence before, I'm going to break down what it is and let you know what you can do to be a part of it. The Chroniclers Convergence is TTV's yearly way of kind of opening the floor to the Bionicle community. If you have any cool stuff you're working on, we'd love to hear about it, and you can be featured on the TTV channel in the Chroniclers Convergence mashup video. Basically, in short, if you have a project that you are working on, LEGO related, that you would like to publicize, advertise, get some spotlight for, make a trailer, make a video trailer for your project. It doesn't have to be super over dramatic or whatever, like a movie trailer, but just like, it could even be just you doing a voiceover, or you can have music, or you can not have music. It could be completely silent. It's whatever you prefer. Just a way to tell people what your project's about, what you're working on, and just show some interesting stuff from it, just give a base idea of what you're up to. And then you PM it to me, Mesonak, on the TTV Message Boards at board.ttvchannel.com. Just shoot me a private message with the, project in it, or you can post it in the Chroniclers Convergence topic, the submissions topic on the TTV Message Boards. Either way, I'll get it eventually. So PM on the message boards or post in the topic on the message boards. One or the other. And you can, send it to me privately through a file sharing website like Dropbox or Mediafire, or you can just shoot me a YouTube link if you have something up on YouTube that you'd just like to be featured on the channel. It won't be a standalone video for your project on the channel. Keep that in mind. You create a standalone video, send it to me, and then I mash everyone's videos together into one giant compilation and then put that on the channel. When I first created the idea, it was kind of like, I envisioned it as the E3 of the Bionicle fan community, where everyone submits trailers for their stuff, and it's almost like a press conference, intercut with, the creators talking about stuff at times. It doesn't really quite reach that level of production values, but I like to keep the spirit the same, like it's one giant video, kind of stringing together everyone's content, and certain projects that I feel like deserve some more elaboration, or certain ones that I kind of just want to know more about, I will ask the creators to talk to us for 5 minutes or so about the projects, and then intercut the audio with the video. And then, that won't be for everyone. It'll just be for a couple projects that I select. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what people present, and we will go from there. Now, couple ground rules for this event. Because, the landscape's a bit different now than it was when we first came up with the idea. Number one being Bionicle's gone. Bionicle's been canceled again. So, there are two ways you can go about this, and either one is perfectly acceptable. You can use this event as a way to continue on with Bionicle. You can live by the message we talked about on TTV that one time, where it's like, your content, your creative work matters more than LEGO's official work, which I still firmly believe is true. This can be your opportunity to, you got a spark of inspiration and you're just looking for a way to get people to see it. Well, let's see if this helps you. It may not, but we can certainly try. And you can create the best Bionicle project you possibly can and try to keep the spirit of your beloved theme alive. That's one way you can go, and I encourage you to do that, because it's the perfect opportunity. Or, if you're just a fan of regular LEGO, themes like Ninjago, themes like Mesonak, even like Star Wars or City, it doesn't really matter. If you have a creative project relating to those, a stop motion, a movie, a mock series, anything in particular that is deemed appropriate for Chroniclers Convergence, do that too. In the past, it's been Bionicle focused, no longer. It can be whatever you'd like it to be, so long as it does have at least some kind of groundwork in at least one LEGO theme as a jumping off point. So either way is perfectly fine. Next up, I'll say no music videos. Last year we had some music videos. No music videos. We want to keep copyrighted music down to a minimum if possible. And there may be some copyrighted music that gets slipped by in some submissions, so keep that in mind. Depending on what YouTube's algorithms and policies, your audio may actually end up being muted in the final video, which would kind of suck if you used copyrighted music in your trailer and it ended up getting muted due to YouTube's policies. You know, well, so if there's a way for you to not use copyrighted music, perhaps some original compositions or perhaps some free use music, depending on like what you can find on the internet, I'd shoot for that. So, honestly speaking, that's basically the gist of the important rules you need to keep in mind. There's a few other stipulations I can talk about here for a second, namely that I would like trailers to not run any longer than like 3 to 5 minutes. There's no reason for them to be longer than 3 minutes, really, but if you just have this really great idea that you just can't, summarize, 5 minutes is the absolute, maximum that you can do for the Chroniclers Convergence. So try to keep it to that minimum. And also, this video will be going up on either the 4th or the 5th of October. I don't know which at the time of recording this. So I'll say the deadline for submissions will be in 1 month. I think that's fair. A month's worth of development time just to get something out. November 5th, I'll say, is the deadline for Chroniclers Convergence submissions. Better yet, I'll give you a specific time, because I know a lot of people procrastinate, with submissions. I'll say 11:59... I don't know, Central Time, 11:59 p.m. Central on November 5th. So basically right before the clock strikes November 6th in not Eastern Time, Central Time. That's when your deadline is. So there you go. I hope people have fun with this. It's not a guarantee to get your project maximum exposure, but it's a way to try to, get the word out that there's a lot of creative stuff going on in the LEGO community. Hopefully it pans out. People love the Chroniclers Convergence every year. It's a fun thing to do. I would encourage you to not create a project just for the sake of trying to advertise something. Like, I've seen in the past, people will just, make trailers for things that don't actually have a solid foundation already. It's not something they're working on. They just basically create something that will never materialize into anything just for the sake of getting publicity. I'd encourage you not to do that. Obviously, there's no way for me to really tell. It's mainly a you thing to consider and think about in your head. Like, do you actually plan on going somewhere with this? Do you have any ideas in place for the project long term? Do you actually have a passion, a drive behind doing something, be it like a stop motion, a movie, mock series, a story, some artwork series, whatever you actually want to do? Or do you not really have any desire to do an actual project and you just want to make a trailer, a fluff trailer? I'll leave that moral quandary up to you, but that's basically all I have to say for today. November 5th, 11:59 Central. Get hype. That's when the submissions will close. Then I'll download everything, I'll compile it together, and then hopefully I can release it within the month of November. We will see what happens. But, honestly, for now, this is Mesonak, signing off, and I will talk to you all later.